And welcome to the first ever installment of the Magazine Rewind here on Sean's View Entertainment. Make sure to like this video and subscribe. This will be the first of many uploads and episodes that I will dedicate to wrestling magazines of the past, the present, the future, vintage and rare and memorable and exciting and entertaining. We're going to flip the switch. We're going to go in a different direction. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to turn back the clocks as we go all the way back to June 1991. And of course, this is brought to you by Pro Wrestling Illustrated. Sometimes it will be WWE, WWF, Attitude Era, NWA, ECW, all those things in between. The Pro Wrestling Illustrated, Wrestling USA. Of course, you got the Hulk Hogan Ultimate Warrior Saga. You got Sid Vicious, better known as sometimes Sid Justice. And then you have the man that they call Sting. And featured article here, why did he team with Ron Simmons? Sid Vicious, Horseman or Skyscraper, and Too Close to Be Friends, Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior. Now, as we flip through these magazines, we get a rare shot of Sting. And yes, the photos are, they're very rare, very vintage, so it's a little old. So there is Sting. Look at that. Remember when the Stinger looked like that? That was awesome and cool. So there's a little featured look at the Stinger. But that's not all, ladies and gentlemen. We have the Great Muta versus Ric Flair. There it is, the Great Muta versus Ric Flair. Many years ago, and what a classic that was. You got to flip through the pages and, realize the times have changed. Though, remember this infamous moment when Terry Funk pile drove Ric Flair right through the table. Look at that. Imagine that. That's what broke Ric Flair's neck. And that's the kind of things that started a feud, ladies and gentlemen. That's what was in back then. Okay, that was what worked. It was the small things that mattered back in the day. Terry Funk delivering a great pile driver to Ric Flair on that table. And, history was made once that happened. And Ric Flair and Terry Funk, two of the all-time greats in the history of professional wrestling. When all is said and done, people will say that is exactly what's the truth, because they are. As we flip through the more pages of here. Why did Sting team with Ron Simmons? There it is. There's a little featured look. Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, here on Sean's Entertainment, we flip the pages. We go back in time. Oh, we got Kurt Hennig, better known as Mr. Perfect, versus the Texas Tornado. Here we go, some in-ring action. There it is. There's Mr. Perfect again. One of the greatest intercontinental champions of all time. There's Mr. Perfect in Texas Tornado. Hip toss to Mr. Perfect. I have so much to share with my viewers. I have so much to share with my subscribers. Not only magazines, but VHSs and DVDs and action figures. Right here we got a good shot of Sid and Sting going at it. Sid and Sting, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, all credit goes to PWI, Wrestling USA, WWE, WWF. Let's see, we got a young IRS, Erwin R. Shyster. There he is, a young IRS. He was then better known as Wall Street. And these magazines covered WWE, WCW, NWA. We have a steel cage report on Greg the Hammer Valent. Oh, this would have been, oh wow, you know what? What a great match this would have been. And this might have happened. This is before this is before I started watching wrestling. This, like I said, my brother watched wrestling. I watched wrestling. This is more his time era, his era, right there. Kerry Von Erich versus Lex Luger. Now, what a match that would have been. That has World Championship written all over it. No doubt. And hey, look at this. Head to head, we got Jim Ross, Ric Flair offering their analysis. We have Gary Hart. We have Harley Race. And you know what the magnificent and the great thing about this is everyone on this page is still alive. With all the greats that we've lost, from Macho Man to Roddy Piper, to Dusty Rhodes, the Ultimate Warrior. you know, it's great that Holly Race and Ric Flair and Jim Ross are still with us today. Thank God. And let's see if there's anything else noteworthy to look at in this magazine. As I'm flipping through the pages here. Some of this stuff you can relive. Some of the stuff you may know of. Some of the stuff you may want to see again. Some of the stuff you may never have heard of. And I think that'll do it for the highlights of this one. Oh, here we go. Here's a great look. Remember the Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott. There they are. The Steiners rank at number 11 in the tag teams. You would think back then they would have ranked a lot higher, a lot better, but I don't know who was ranking those at that time. But and let's see if we can get one more here. What will be the main event? What will be the main attraction of this? Oh, well, no better way than to end it with the Ultimate Warrior and Hulk Hogan at WrestleMania. One of the all-time greatest matches in WrestleMania history. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's just episode number 1. There's many other magazines that I have left, but this is just one of them. So, ladies and gentlemen, your comments, your opinions, and if you want this series to continue, it will continue right here on Sean Vinny, because I have a lot to offer. I have a lot to share in the WWE, WWF Pro Wrestling Vault, because I have a lot of things to share, ladies and gentlemen, and you're going to get it right here on Sean's View Entertainment. Thank you for watching. Subscribe.